So here we are recording again, conversations with Don and Russ, having some great times talking about things in business, things to help you grow, us grow. And today, Don, I really wanted to be almost a coaching session because, it happens to all of us. We have people leave our lives, especially in the business community. I see it with, brokerages, people changing, or coaching clients, people changing. And I was really reflecting because I have a great guy that I've done a tremendous amount of historical work with who wound up leaving yesterday. I got the notification. I'm like, where's the breakdown? One of the biggest things I'm always looking at is, where's my DNA?
Great question.
Yeah. And so I wanted to bring this into the conversation with you today, because I know you and I have talked about this candor piece. And I know for a lot of the folks that watch us, at least watch my side of the shop, they come from that high D, let's go, let's get it done. And sometimes the care doesn't come through. And I know that's the lead matrix. And so I really want us to spend some time, maybe get my focus back again on that care piece. And so what are some key components you see, first of all, of delivering care?
Well, I'm not going to, let me back up before we go there, because I want to say something about what you addressed. And that is, somebody left you said, and somebody left the organization and left you. And, it's interesting because people don't leave really a company, they leave people, right? So this is true in relationship, friendships, marriages. This is true in jobs. This is true in organizations, clubs, whatever, right? It's just true. We don't leave the organization per se. We leave and we don't feel cared for. We don't feel connected. There's something missing. And so remember, that if you're in any business and anything, especially if you're watching this and you're in real estate, you're a collector of people. I mean, your relationships are, what's the old thing about your net worth is it's the same as your network is your net worth, right? That your relationships are a big part of that. And if that's the case, if people are leaving because they don't have a great relationship with you anymore, don't feel that connection anymore, then the most natural thing is, if I don't feel connected, if I don't feel cared for, then why would I stay? I mean, what's the point, right? So I think that's one thing to take into consideration is that. And then you ask the question, what are some of the things around caring? It's interesting because I reflect on companies, and I suppose there would be a correlation. I reflect on what I refer to as culture. And, a culture of caring would be, obviously you think of that would be a cool culture, right? One of caring where people felt nurtured and cared for and all that. But it goes beyond that. And how do people feel that way? We ran Hobbs Herder for all those years. And I will tell you that we had people that loved working there. We had people, we were a 23-year-old company when I left. And we had people that were there for 20 years, 19 years, 18 years, 17. As we grew, they just stayed. Right? Yeah. And you could see if somebody came and didn't fit and they were gone quickly. It just was not a fit. But the culture was so unique and so caring and so fun and festive. And if you really enjoyed that, right, there was lots of pieces that people could identify with. They felt cared for. We helped people buy their first houses. We celebrated things. We took people on not trips like award trips, but we had big programs going on, and we'd take a team of, let's say, 20, 25 people. We'd fly into Chicago. We'd send flowers to the husbands or the wives. We'd send something to the people who are at home and go, sorry, we borrowed them for this, next 4 days. But we love Bob, or we love, Jody. And, we just wanted to say thanks for allowing us to borrow him for the whatever. So we did so many little things that were just super cool. And people would go like, I've never seen a company that has that. Now, in a relationship, how do you do that? How do you have those kinds of impacts on people? And how do you, I think in a personal relationship, you're married. I'm, for all intents and purposes, married. And, we talk about the fact that if we would always be in dating mode instead of getting comfortable mode, now that we're in relationship, it's different than when we were trying to win when we were trying to grab that prize.
Yeah.
That, but I think there's elements of that, like all of that's the caring part. We know how to care. The question is, are we remembering to care? Are we remembering that people don't know, what's the old phrase? We don't know how much we don't care what you know until we know how much you care.
Yeah.
So we think sometimes we're going to overcome that lack by being knowledgeable, or we have cool tools, or we have cool stuff. That's not it. People want relationship.
That in the real estate space and others as well, where you close for the transaction by building a relationship. And
Yes.
then once you get the check, the relationship doesn't matter anymore. It goes
Right.
back to the NAR stats. 88% of consumers say they'll use the same agent again, and only 18% do, because of the fallout on relationship and not maintaining
Yes.
the care piece.
Yes.
That's such a critical thing. And for us, we're builders of relationships as well that are always ongoing, whether it's, again, a coaching relationship or an organizational relationship or a staff relationship. And personally, I believe you're better at it and staying in care rather than falling straight into candor. And like you said, the same thing happens in the personal relationships. Marcy and I we've spent the last week and a half, almost 2 weeks, really working on kids stuff and moving stuff and housing stuff for them. And we were reflecting this morning how we've been together pretty much 24/7 for 2 weeks, and we miss each other because that piece has fallen out. It's all been about candor, about what do we need to get done, about holding each other accountable, maybe even getting a little snippy with each other.
Yeah, no, I get that. Totally get that.
On any level has got to be a focused element. You've got to do it. Now, for those, we are surrounded by people that care a lot as well. And so first of all, I want to cover one more piece on this care before we shift to candor. What do you believe either the consumer for the agent relationship, or the agent for the brokerage relationship, or the staff member for the leader relationship, what do they need to feel, see? What's something we can be doing to facilitate making sure that our people are connected? You talked about things you guys did in your previous Hobbs Herger days. What can we be doing now on all three of those levels: consumer, business partner, agent partner, staff member, to really make sure we're driving that care home?
Well, first of all, it's always great to just say, you're important to me. I know you, as you make many of your calls, you're calling from a place of gratitude. There are certain seasons of the year that seem more natural for that. But the reality is, any given day that you called a client and said, hey, I was just thinking about you, or I passed by your house the other day and I was thinking about you. I wanted to call and just tell you, I miss you. I loved when we were in transaction and, we got to talk almost every day, or, we talked so often, and now, there's some distance. I just want to make sure that you knew that I think about you. You're important to me. And I really look forward to serving you in whatever ways. I don't real estate or, anything I can do to help you, but you're important to me. We can also do handwritten stuff. Handwritten notes are a great way. And we used to take, we call it a power postcard, which is kind of an oversized postcard. And we did a lot of them for marketing purposes, which was generally in the real estate space, like a listed, sold, market update kind of thing. But because we printed them in advance and had this blank space, we'd sometimes pre-print them and have them left blank for handwritten notes.
Yeah.
Which is really cool, right? So, somebody comes to my open house, I write a little note. It was great meeting you. I drop them in the mail on Sunday open house, drop it in the mail. It's delivered on Tuesday. And they're going, wow, this is that person. This is awesome. What great follow-up. But you can also drop that on somebody's desk. You can also send that to a friend. You can also, that you can leave that to somebody at home. I have notes in my desk here, and I have love notes for my girl. And I have, that she doesn't know I have, and I could write one now and she'd wonder how I got it, but I'm prepared, right? If I want to say, hey babe, I'm missing you, or I love you, whatever I want to say, it's right there. And
bottle when she watches this video, you do know that, right?
Yeah, I know. she won't probably watch the video. She's seen all my so many videos. She's like, I don't need to see one more video of yours. I'm safe. But I think that's that's the kind of stuff that really goes a long ways. And we did that with our staff. We would walk around and deliver in the morning, maybe a note, and they'd walk in to their desk and there'd be a cool note. Or we celebrated birthdays big time. We did a great job of celebrating birthdays, balloons, like we just over embellished. I wanted people to feel super special. So again, that was an environment, a particular business environment. But that's the cool stuff about that you can do with a mate at home, your kids. I was talking to one of my clients the other day, Russ, and we were talking about how to connect with his kids more. And I said, you're at work. I said, do you ever just text him and say, hey, I'm thinking about you. Hope you're having a great day. And he goes, not really. And I said, try that. He goes, it's lit my whole relationship up with my boys, the two boys. And just little things like that. We say, I'm thinking of you. You're important to me. I love you. I care. And you can say that in various forms. It's not necessarily appropriate to call a client and go, I love you. But I've accidentally done that at the end of phone calls. But, I think, you know how it is, you autopilot. Love you.
It comes out. What I love about that is it's the subconscious speaking.
Yeah.
The reason it accidentally drops is you're in that moment of great
Connection.
joy, gratitude, and adoration of that individual.
Yeah.
And I would love to see the world, for me, being a little more flexible with that stuff. I've done that with clients before myself, where we're having an amazing coaching conversation. All of a sudden that drops at the end.
Yeah.
Because we build such incredible relationships with people when we spend time together every week. And
one of my clients that I will remain nameless here, but every coaching call he ends, I love you, brother, and I love you too. But just like every coaching call, like that's kind of strange in the world, but it works for us. And he knows
Virginia thing, because I hear Virginia's for lovers, and I'm on point, aren't I?
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. Exactly.
What a great individual. Great. So let's shift real quick. In fact, no, let's not. How about instead we save candor for the next conversation and really get into how we can deliver candor with, again, our clients, our staff, our partners in a way that still brings that love through. You okay with doing that on the next one?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. And you and I have a moment of candor that I'm going to bring to the surface when we talk. That comes from our past, right? That we'll put on the table.
Awesome.
So I'm excited to talk about that. But yeah, I think this is great. I love that we went into this space of caring. It's what makes the world go round. I very often recite that Marianne Williamson poem, "The Deepest Fear," and in the end, everybody is searching to be loved and accepted. Wanted and needed is maybe not the words, because if they need that's a neediness, generally speaking, but everybody wants to be loved. Everybody's craving love and wants to feel connected. And anything we can do that makes that happen, people want to feel that connection. And it's never, and Russ, let's say this, and you can finish up any way that you want to, but I will say this. We think we do stuff. We do stuff for people. We do stuff for people. I've got even people in my life that are almost doing, and then they expect something from it. Like they've done, and then there's no reciprocation. It's like, well, did you do it because you wanted to do it, or did you do it because you wanted something back, right? Yeah. You want my love, so you're going to do something for me, but it wasn't something that I valued. Like I didn't even notice it. So it's never what we do, it's how we make people feel with what we do. And that's the thing I would drop here as we end this topic about caring.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate that, Don. Always great for us to share this time together. And again, we care. So leave a comment. Let us know what's going on, what your perceptions are. Again, any topics you want us to hit on, conversations, we'd love the feedback as well. And again, as we have said before, connection. Let's get into connection. You want to talk about anything, you can reach out to either Don or I. We're happy to have a conversation, or just request here in the comment section and we will get back to you. Don, another fun day. We're going to be doing a lot of it and playing in the space, and I look forward to seeing you again next time.
I look forward to it too.
Eagle. That's where I'm headed, Charlie. See ya.
Bye.